Hi everyone and welcome. This time we will learn how to use secure HTTP with containerized front end and set up it on the Ubuntu server with Let's Encrypt HTTP encryption. As you see, I have my React front end here. You can download it or you can clone it via my GitHub link that I will provide below in the description of the video. So basically this React application will show the message, "Hi everyone." This is the preview of this React front end. Let me show you. Okay, the application is running and this is the preview of the application. As you can see, this is just a simple React application that will show the message, "Hi everyone." So now how we can deploy this front end with Docker containerization and use Let's Encrypt to produce HTTP secure in our front end. Okay, we will continue. I'll back to the code of the React front end, and here I will create the new file. A new file. This file is the Docker setup. Okay, let's create a new file and name it Docker file like this. And then we will type from Node. I use Node version 16.15 here as build, and then set the work directory to the app directory. Then run the command of npm install. This will install all the dependency that we need, and we will copy that produce installation file to the work directory, and then we will run npm command npm run build. This will build the React code, our React code here, to the distribution file or the distribution directory. And then from Nginx, this is the version of the Nginx image in Docker. I use 1.21.0 Alpine edition. We will copy from the build directory that we produce from the run npm run build command. We will copy it to the app directory. This we will copy to US share Nginx HTML directory. This means that we move the, or we copy the distribution file in the work directory to the Nginx directory HTML, and then we run remove command. We will remove the Nginx conf default file. Why we remove it? Because we will create our configuration. We will not use the default configuration. Then we copy the Nginx configuration that we will create later to the etc nginx conf.the default.conf file, and then we will expose or use port 80. Then we will run command nginx min-g daemon of, and that's it. We have created the Docker file configuration to download the node image from the Docker Hub, and then create a work directory with the name of directory is app, and run the command npm install, copy the result, and then we run the npm run build command to build our front-end code to the distribution file. And then from Nginx, from the Docker Hub, we download the Nginx image version 1.21.0-lpn, and then copy from the build directory, from the app distribution directory, we copy the build result to the directory of usr share nginx html, and then we run the remove command. We remove the default configuration of the Nginx and we replace it with our own configuration. Then we expose the port of 80 and run the command nginx min-g daemon of. Okay, and then next we will create the Nginx configuration file. We create new file, then type the name nginx.conf, enter it, and here we will configure our server, our Nginx server, to listen to the port 80. So this Nginx configuration we are running in our container environment, not in our host server, but in our container. And then server, the server name is our domain name. Here I have create a domain for this tutorial. And the location. Then I want to add a header, some header in our Nginx server. So here I create a header to protect our application from cross-site scripting. And we create header to configure our frame option, so we will allow the frame if it coming from the same origin of our application. Then we set the content type options with no sniff. Basically, this is all to set our security configuration in Nginx server. So we here we prevent our application from sniffing. And either strict transport security. Maximum age is with this value. And then include subdomains with you can find this file in the GitHub repository that I provide in the description of the video. Then we create a content security policy that will allow the script is coming from itself and from the Google JS deliver from frame source. Allowed from frame source is from google.com, gstatic.com, and the BLOB and the font we allow it from all sources. And the image from all sources too. That and the script is from self. It's not evaluated. And the script from google.com, gstatic.com, is allowed. Style source is from we allow the answer inline, so we can use the style in line with the element. Okay, like this. And then below we set up our root directory of our application. I set it to user share Nginx HTML like previously we set in the Docker file, like this. And then the index file, as you can see, I use index.html here as the index file. And then we handle the 404 not found error. That's it. I think we are done here with the Nginx configuration. Okay, we save it. Now we need to set up the Docker, the Nginx and Certbot Let's Encrypt in our server. Here I have set up a server. I use a Ubuntu Server as the app server. Okay, so we will log in to the server with the SSH. I change the user and I move to the user directory. This is what we want to deploy in our server, a simple app. Then first we want to install the Docker file, the Docker containerization. So we need to update our package management, sudo apt update. It's in progress, as you can see. Okay, the update is complete, and then we need to install some prerequisite package that will allow our apt to use packages over HTTPS. We need to install apt transport HTTPS, CA certificates, core, and software properties command. Okay, the installation is complete, and then we need to add the GPG key for the official Docker repository to our system. Next, we need to add the Docker repository to apt sources. And then we need to update our existing list of packages for the edition to be recognized. And then we need to make sure that we install Docker from repo instead of the default Ubuntu repo. We need to run the command of apt-get policy to docker CA. Okay, now you can see we have a list of the version of the Docker here. Next, Finally, we will install the Docker with this command: sudo apt install docker-ce. Do you want to continue? And you type A as yes. You type Y. It's in progress now. In progress. Okay, pending kernel update. Enter. Okay, enter. Okay, and then we will check the status of the Docker. As you can see, the Docker is active and running now. So, okay. Then the optional, if you want to execute the Docker command without sudo, you can follow these steps. So basically, if you type the Docker command like this, for the example, and as you can see, we cannot run the Docker without the sudo command. It says that permission denied, but if I use sudo, now the command runs smoothly. So if you want to run in the Docker command without sudo, then we need to do some step like this. We need to insert the command of user mode in ag docker and then I enter. Okay, then I need to log out first to make sure that this new group has been applied. Okay, exit, and then I log in again. Then we need to type groups. As you can see that my account is in the same group of Docker now. Now we can test the Docker command again without sudo. As you can see that we run the command successfully. Okay, now we are done with the with installing the Docker. Now with the steps number 2, we want to install the Nginx on Ubuntu. I use Ubuntu 22.04 here. So the first we have already updated the package management, so we just need to install it. Sudo apt install Nginx. But if you have not update your apt package management, you need to run this command first. It's on progress now. Done. And then we continue to install the Nginx. Sudo apt install Nginx. Do you want to continue? Yes. It's on progress now, as you can see. Enter it, tap and choose OK. Okay, then we want to check our status of the Nginx. Sorry. As you can see, the Nginx service is active and running. Okay, we will continue with installing the Certbot. And now if you open the URL or the domain of your server, it will say welcome to Nginx. This means that we have successfully installed the Nginx in our server. And then we will continue with installing the Certbot. Wait a second. We run this to install the core package and make sure that the core is up to date. Okay, the snap package has been installed. And then if you have installed Certbot before, you need to remove it, because we will create the new Certbot service here. And as you can see, I have not installed the Certbot. And then we need to continue to install the classic Certbot. Download the Certbot. Now we need to link our Certbot command from the snap install directory to our path. We need to use this command. And then we continue with configure our Nginx sites. Okay. Here we create a new file, a new configuration file with the name same with our URL. Okay, and then we will configure our Nginx here. So this Nginx server will run in our host server, not in our containerization, because before we have created the Nginx configuration, but it runs on the container of our application. The server name is same with the domain that we have provided for this tutorial. docker-nginx.ecosystemangel.com. I need to specify the location. Sorry. We pass the proxy. We use the port 8080 here. And then we set the proxy set here to host. Sorry. Okay, we are done here. We press the Ctrl and O to write the file, press enter, and then Ctrl X to exit. Okay, next we will check if our Nginx configuration is valid or not. You can check it with sudo nginx min-t. Okay, it's successful. And then we need to reroute the Nginx service. Okay, we have done with the Nginx configuration. Now we will continue with obtaining the SSL certificates. Okay, as you know that we have already installed the Certbot before, and then we will use it now to obtain an SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt. Okay. Run this command sudo certbot min nginx space min d it the short word for domain. Okay, and then enter. enter email address. This email address will used by the Certbot to inform you if they have a new renewal or the security concern. So I will input my email address. So and then press enter. Here you must agree with the term of service. Just type Y, press enter, and then here if you agree to share your email address, if they have a campaign or news or another thing, they will inform you. If you okay with that, just type Y. If not, just type N. Now, as you can see, it's requesting a certificate for docker-nginx.ecosimanjuntak.com. Now it's deploying, and congratulations, we have successfully deployed the certificate. And if you want to apply the auto renewal function, just use this command and it will apply the auto renewal function to your server. Okay, now we want to test the auto renewal. This is simulating the renewal of the existing certificate for this domain. Now, as you can see that we have successfully simulated the renewal. Okay, if we check the Nginx configuration that we create before, now if we try to open the domain of our server, you can see that we have already used HTTP, secure HTTP here with our URL. Next, we will push or we will build our image, our front-end image. Okay. We will shut down the server first. We will build our image, our front-end image, Docker image, but first we need to open our to running our Docker engine. Here I use a Docker desktop for Mac, and after it run, and we're running this command to build our image. I need to specify the platform here because if I don't specify it, the Docker image will build in macOS platform. And I press enter. As you can see, it's on progress now. I will pause the video and get back to you after the build process done. Okay, here we finally finished run the build image of our React application, but as you can see here we have an error that says npm install did not complete successfully. So the error is because no such file or directory of package.json. I forgot to copy the package.json to the work there. So here we need to add another command to copy the package.json to the work directory, that is app directory, and then we save it, and once again we run it. Okay, we create the image again, and I will pause this video until the process is successful. Now as you can see that we have already create the image of our front end successfully, and if you see here we have the image of the Docker image of the application, and then we need to push it to the hub like this. So if you don't have the hub account, you need to create it first, or add the hub.docker.com and create the repository. I will get back to you when the process of the push of the image is complete. And now we have completed to push the image to the Docker Hub, and as you can see here that we have already the image in our Docker Hub, and now we will pull this image to our server, and then we will run this image in our server. Now we will log in to our server. Okay. And if we run this Docker command, you will see that no container run on this server. So now we will run our Docker image with this command as a container. So this is the command if you want to run our image as a container. Docker run it means detach, so this command will run detach from the process, from the shell process. So we can type another command in this SSH session. Main name, this is the name of the container. Min p, it means this is the port that the container will run in the host operating system, and this is the port that the container run in its internal system, and this is the name of the image, and then we press enter. It says it unable to find the image locally, so it will pull from the Docker Hub. And we will run this command again, and as you can see that our container has been run now. Okay, Now we will link our Nginx configuration from our domain from sites available directory to sites enabled directory. To the Nginx directory in sites enabled, and then we press enter, and after that we will check our configuration, and then we will check our Nginx configuration with this command sudo nginx -t. Okay, we have an error here, and we will check it. I will check it before, and then I will back to you. And as you can see that we have not closed the curly bracket here in our Nginx configuration, so we will fix it. We add another curly bracket here, and then we save it. This is the Nginx configuration of our domain. So I think we forget the sudo command here. Okay, we fix the curly bracket. Fix it. Then we will run it this command again to check the configuration. We need to remove the default configuration of the Nginx. We can do that with this command rm etc nginx sites enabled, and then the default configuration files. After that we press enter, and we got the permission denied, so we need to add the sudo command. And we have remove the default configuration file from our Nginx, and now we will link it. We will link our Nginx configuration files from the sites available to the sites enabled directory with this command sudo -s etc nginx sites available, and then our domain name docker-nginx.ecosystemtech.com to etc nginx sites enabled, and then we press enter. Okay, it says that files exist because I have do it before. Okay, and then we will continue to create a SSL certificate using Let's Encrypt and Certbot. Okay, so we type our command sudo certbot min nginx -d and our domain name. And then we press enter. Okay, then we will restart our Nginx server with this command. Systemctl restart Nginx. Okay, and then we will check the results of our deployment. We open our browser, tap and then go to the domain name, press enter, and as you can see that the result is it says hi everyone. That is what we are do that in our code, in our React code. As you can see it here, hi everyone. And if we check the certificate, connection is secure, it means that this domain has been using the SSL certificate with secure HTTP protocol. Okay, and if you check in our Docker container, you can see that our container is running now in port in the host operating system. It runs at port 8080 and it's mapping to the port 80 in the container operating system. Okay, I hope you understand. Thank you for watching.